Rock in Gardner, Kansas. Call a meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, thank you. Before we get started, I did want to pass on some unfortunate news. You may or may not have heard that Dan Wise from Planet Sub passed away this past Saturday. And Dan was a longtime Gardner resident, and I saw that he graduated, I believe, in 1991 from Gardner High School, and invested in our community a few years back with the Planet Sub. I'm sure a lot of you saw his smiling face on the other side. And I got to know Dan personally over the past few years, and I can tell you he was truly a tremendous person, a great person, and a great family man. And he will be sorely missed by all in the community. And I just ask that you keep his wife and their 3 children in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. Thank you. And I don't know if you...
Yeah, Dan was really invested in this community. He loved this town. He told me once when when they started Planet Sub here in the community, and I remember when he opened that, he said, what I want to know, what I want people to know about our organization, about our franchise, is that we were always going to put this community first. And he did that in everything he did. He lived it. He was very invested in Project Rad and in Gardner High School, all sorts of things at Gardner, Edgerton High. He's also given plenty of, he's donated meals, he's done all sorts of things within our community. And man, it was a shock when I found out about it. So yeah, definitely keep their family in your thoughts and prayers. It's going to be a tough time. Try to live on his legacy, I guess.
Yeah, okay. No presentations, no public hearings. We'll open it up for public comments. Members of the public are welcome to use this time to make comments about city matters or matters not on the agenda that are not part of a public hearing. If you wish to come forward, please state your name and address. There is a 5-minute time limit. The clock is on your left, and please no profanity or personal attacks. That being said, please come forward. No one coming forward, we'll move to the consent agenda. Is there a councilman that would like to take an item off the consent agenda? Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Abstain? Consent agenda passes. Moving on, no planning and zoning consent agenda, no committee recommendations, no old business. New business, we are tabling item number 1. I'm not sure if that's on your agenda there. We're going to pull that off for tonight, and that'll be coming back up in a meeting in, I believe, January. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So, moving on to new business item number 2. Consider adopting an ordinance regulating traffic upon the streets, alleys, and highways of the city of Gardner, Kansas, incorporating by reference the standard traffic ordinance for Kansas City's edition of 2021 with additions and amendments as noted. Amy, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor Winters and City Council. I feel like I can't see you tonight. Somehow I've shrunk. So, I'm actually here for some routine business that we do every year. I'm a little later this year, but the first on the agenda is this standard traffic ordinance. We adopt this every year, and so the routine changes, of course, are from 2020 to 2021. The most notable changes that the state made this year were adding a violation for not moving over for utility or telecommunication vehicles, which is very nice, especially for our utility folks as well as any other utilities. So it is treated just like law enforcement. That they ask that you move over if possible or slow down. So that was a nice change that they've added. Everything else was pretty well housekeeping or separating sections out and putting them in their own sections. So less multiple things such as funeral processions were moved out of parade and processions. So pretty much just standard stuff. And then we kept all of the routine changes that we've had in years past, such as careless driving, vehicle idling, did some number cleanup of our own, and I think that was pretty much it. They added some new definitions, so pretty standard. They actually made changes that included commas here and there that made them write out long statute changes, but so I think they had some time on their hands to just do some housekeeping. So I would just ask that we adopt the STO for the 2021.
Okay. Is there any public comment on business item number 2? Don't expect a lot. But Council, questions, comments? All right. Do we have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2724, an ordinance regulating traffic upon the streets, alleys, and highways of the city of Gardner, Kansas, incorporating by reference the standard traffic ordinance for Kansas City's edition of 2021, and all acts supplementary and amendatory thereto, prepared and published in booklet form by the League of Kansas Municipalities. Certain chapters of Title 10 of the Municipal Code of the City of Gardner, Kansas, 2021 edition, with certain deletions, omissions, changes, and additions, prescribing additional regulations and repealing ordinance number 2681 under the provisions of KSA 12.3009 through 12-3012 and KSA 12-3301 and 12-3302. That's all.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. City Clerk, will you please call roll?
Councilmember Roberts,
Yes.
Councilmember Shute,
Yes.
Councilmember Baldwin,
Yes.
Councilmember Deaton,
Yes.
New business item number 2 passes. Moving on to new business item number 3. Amy, consider adopting an ordinance fixing certain standards of conduct for persons within the city of Gardner, Kansas, making violation of any such standards a public offense subject to penalty, incorporating by reference the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's edition of 2021, with additions, deletions, and amendments, and set forth therein.
Okay, if you thought that last one was short, we use this one. So the Uniform Public Offense Code is also something that we bring to you annually. And so the most noted changes is 2020 to 2021. They made less changes on this one. The most notable change is they added a new section for unlawfully tampering with electronic monitoring equipment and the distribution of unattributed applications for advanced voting ballots. Those were the 2 biggest changes. They didn't even do much housekeeping on this one. And so then we have our normal things that we add provisions for, such as criminal littering, riding or leading horses upon the Gardner Golf Course, disturbing the peace, unlawful juvenile activity, urination or defecation in public, explosives, storage of explosives, transportation or storage of nitroglycerin, discharge and sell of fireworks, firework permit applications, burning. We do actually omit out of the UPOC barbed wire fences. We do allow that in city limits at some locations. Other than that, so those are routine changes that we've made for many years. So that is all I have.
Is there any public comment on new business item number 3? Council, any questions or comments? I'm curious when the horses across Gardner Golf Course, when that one came into existence. I assume there was a reason for that one. But
I would guess.
Yeah.
I would guess. I'm guessing they tore up the greens, and so it just seems like something you might not want to remove.
I'm gonna leave it in there for now. Yeah. All right. No further questions. Do we have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2725, an ordinance fixing certain standards of conduct for persons within the city of Gardner, Kansas, making violation of any such standards a public offense, subject to penalty, incorporating by reference the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's edition of 2021, and all acts supplementary and amendatory thereto prepared and published in booklet form by the League of Kansas Municipalities, and repealing all ordinances and part of ordinances in conflict herewith under the provisions of KSA 12-3009 through 12-3012 and KSA 12-3301 and 12-3302.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion Deaton, second Baldwin, that we adopt ordinance 2725. City Clerk?
Councilmember Shute,
Yes.
Councilmember Baldwin,
Yes.
Councilmember Deaton,
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts,
Yes.
New business item number 3 passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Okay, moving right along. Council updates. Let's start, how about Chief Belcher?
Nothing tonight.
City Clerk Sharon Rose.
nothing for me tonight.
Are we, is today the last day for?
Yes, the deadline is at 5 o'clock.
Okay. And you'll, what will be the procedure then?
I will send all the applications to the governing body tomorrow for review,
Okay, excellent.
and then they're scheduled for the public interviews on January 3rd.
Okay. Finance Director, Matt?
Nothing tonight.
Amy Nesta?
Nothing tonight.
No. Ryan?
Nothing for me.
No.
I was waiting for it. Move your mic down.
Okay. Guns, anything this evening? Jason Bruce?
I hate to break the mold, but no, nothing tonight.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and break it.
All right.
We will not have a planning commission meeting on Monday, December 27th for lack of agenda items. So just want to make sure everybody understood, no planning commission meeting this Monday, the 27th.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Headley?
Nothing for me.
City Administrator?
Nothing for me tonight.
All right, let's start with Ms. Deaton.
Nothing tonight.
Mr. Baldwin?
I don't, but if we have all this free time, we can talk about fireworks for New Year's. Go ahead.
Don't
let's see
open
what
that,
else-
Moving right along.
open that can of worms.
Moving right along.
Yeah, let's, please.
Councilwoman Roberts?
I don't really have anything, but I would vote yes for fireworks on New Year's Eve. I agree with Mark this time, probably. Just Merry Christmas to everybody up here and all the city staff, and be safe. That's it.
Yep, I second Councilwoman Roberts' wishes for a happy and prosperous and safe Christmas and traveling season. You know, and understand there's several areas of the country right now that are dealing with a COVID outbreak again. So you just kind of be safe when you're out there. Keep yourself socially distanced, and if you have to be inside, wear a mask, and if you need to, feel like you need to do that. So there you go.
All right, thanks. And I really don't have anything either. Just wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, you look festive there, Mayor.
Thank you. It's my only Christmas sweater, so we're wearing it today. Well, with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Oh, second.
Motion Deaton, second Shoot to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?